Let's cut through the noise. Can't Hurt Me is not about running insane distances, joining the military, or turning your life into a constant suffering contest. That's the internet version. The actual book is about something much quieter and much harder. It's about the moment you realize that most of the limits in your life aren't real. They're negotiated. David Goggins matters because he stopped negotiating entirely. You don't need to live like him, but you probably need to stop letting comfort make decisions for you. That's the lens for this version. 1. Radical honesty. Before anything changes, Goggins tells the truth about himself. At the start of the book, his life looks nothing like what he wants. He's overweight, undisciplined, angry, and drifting through work he doesn't respect. And instead of reframing that, he names it. No affirmations, no excuses, no I'm doing my best, just reality. He later calls this the accountability mirror, a moment where you stop blaming circumstances and accept that you are the common denominator in your own life. This is uncomfortable, but it's powerful. Because if your life isn't what you want and you're willing to admit your role in that, you're no longer powerless. You can change something. Most people never take this step. They soften the truth and wonder why nothing moves. 2. Standards over motivation. Once Goggins stops lying to himself, he doesn't go looking for motivation. He knows motivation is unreliable. Instead, he sets standards. He doesn't ask, do I feel like doing this today? He asks, what does the standard require? That single shift removes negotiation. Goals are optional. You can miss them and move on. Standards define who you are willing to be when no one is watching. If your standard allows quitting when things get uncomfortable, you'll quit. If your standard requires follow-through regardless of mood, you'll find a way. This is why Goggins' discipline looks boring. There's no hype, just execution. 3. Calousing the mind. Even with standards, discomfort still shows up. Goggins doesn't eliminate discomfort. He trains himself to stay present inside it. This is what he calls calousing the mind. Just like your hands toughen through repeated friction, your mind adapts through repeated exposure to difficulty. Not punishment, controlled discomfort. Doing the hard thing even when you don't feel like it. Starting before you feel ready. Not escaping the moment something feels unpleasant. Over time, discomfort loses authority. Fear stops being persuasive. Fatigue stops feeling like a verdict. That's the real skill, not suffering. Tolerance. 4. Self-respect through action. Goggins doesn't talk much about self-esteem. He talks about self-respect. Self-respect is built by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, especially when it's inconvenient, you build trust with yourself. Every time you quit early or negotiate your standards down, you lose it. Most confidence problems aren't emotional. They're evidential. You don't trust yourself because you've trained yourself not to. Goggins rebuilt that trust one action at a time. Conclusion. Can't Hurt Me is not telling you to become extreme. It's telling you to stop letting comfort quietly run your life. You don't need to suffer constantly. You don't need insane goals. You don't need to live like David Goggins. You just need to decide what you're no longer willing to tolerate from yourself, and then act like that decision matters. That's the real message. If this summary was useful, like the video, subscribe to Summary Central and let me know which book you want next.